Hey dear students, welcome back to e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. I am Assistant Professor Rajeshwari Sharma. This lecture is for the BCom Sem 6 for the subject Advanced Statistics. Under this subject, we are dealing with our second unit, that is regression analysis. So in last lecture, I have discussed with you the few concepts regarding the regression analysis. We have seen the meaning concept of regression analysis, then we had seen the definition of the regression analysis, then we have seen about the variables in regression analysis, and most importantly we have seen what is the basic difference between the regression and the correlation analysis, so that you will be having clear understanding of both the topics. You wouldn't be getting confused in both the topics. Okay, so in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the lines of regression and the regression equation, right? This is the base for solving the numerical problems that we are going to start in the next lecture. But before that, I think we should have a recap of what is regression analysis. When we talk about the regression analysis, so it's a statistical tool which is used to find out the relationship between the two variables, which is used to predict the value of one variable when the value of another variable is available. Okay, so whatever relationship we determine by using the regression analysis, that relationship can be used to predict the value of unknown variable with the help of known variable. Okay, this is all about, this is the gist of the regression analysis. So what is the concept of this line of regression in the regression analysis? So when we talk about the regression analysis, so here the line of regression or regression lines is very important concept. It refers that there are two regression lines and they show mutual relationship between two variables. Okay, like if we have two variables x and y, so what is the regression line? Regression line is going to be a line which shows the mutual relationship between the two variables, x variable and y variable. So when we talk about the two regression lines, so we have x on y, that is one line of regression, and y on x, that is another line of regression. Okay, so this x on y is used to predict the value of x variable when we have the value of y variable. It means here which one is the dependent variable? X is the dependent variable. Which one is the independent variable? Y is the independent variable. Why y is the independent variable? Because in order to predict the value of this x variable, we are using the value of y variable. Okay, so therefore when we talk about the x on y regression line, so it is used to find out the value of the x variable. Here the x variable is considered to be the dependent one and y variable is considered to be the independent one. Why? Because we are using this independent variable or known variable to predict the value of this unknown variable or the dependent variable. Then another line of regression that we have is y on x. When this line of regression is used, so this line of regression is used to predict the value of y variable. Here in this case, y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. Why? Because by using the value of x variable, we are trying to predict the value of y variable. That is why in case of y on x, x is considered to be the independent variable or the known variable and y is considered to be the dependent variable or unknown variable. Okay, so this way we have two lines of regression. Now the question comes, why do we have two lines of regression? So practically x and y variables may be required to be estimated. When we talk about the practical situation, so both x and y variables are required to be estimated. So for estimating the value of these two variables, we require two lines of regression, that is x on y and the y on x, because with the help of x on y we can predict the value of x variable and with the help of y on x we can predict the value of y variable. That is why we need to have two lines of regression. Okay. Now we will come to the concept of regression equation. So what is basically the regression equation? Regression equation is nothing but the algebraic expression of the regression line or the lines of regression. How it is expressed? This is the first equation which represents x on y. This is the second equation which represents y on x. So how regression x on y is calculated? For calculating x on y, this formula is used. That is x minus ax is equals to bxy into y minus ay, where x refers to value of x. ax refers to mean of x series. bxy refers to regression coefficient of x on y. Okay. Y refers to value of y series. Ay refers to mean of y series. So this way, these are the different values that we need to have in order to calculate the regression equation, especially x on y. Okay, especially the value of x on y. Then the second regression equation that we have to find out the second line of regression is y on x. Okay, for calculating the y on x, or the regression equation which is used to predict the value of y, is y minus ay is equals to byx into x minus ax. So here what y refers to value of y. Ay refers to value mean of y series. Byx, what does it refer? It refers to regression coefficient of y on x. Okay, means this equation is used to predict the value of y when we have x. Okay, x again refers to the value of x, and ax refers to mean of x series. So this way we calculate y on x line of regression, which is used to find the value of y variable when the x is available. Okay, so this way we have two regression equation. Now we have seen what are the things that we need to have for calculating the regression equation. So what is the first thing? We need to have bxy to calculate x on y, and byx to calculate y on x. What does mean by bxy? bxy means regression coefficient of x on y. What is the meaning of byx? byx means regression coefficient of y on x. What is the meaning of ax? Mean of x series. What is the meaning of ay? Mean of y series. And once we have this value, so we can put this value in the regression equation, in the formula to calculate regression equation, and we can have the regression equations which can be used to predict the value of one variable when the another is available. Okay, so now we will have to see how the regression coefficients are calculated. Okay, so when we talk about the regression coefficient of x on y, so it is calculated with the help of this formula. That is bxy is equals to n into summation dx dy minus summation dx into dy divided by n into summation dy square minus summation dy whole square. What n refers? N refers to number of observation that we have seen in the coefficient of correlation, number of observation in the given series. What is the meaning of summation dx dy? So when we prepare the preparation chart, so we get the value of dx and the dy. What is dx? Dx means, what is meaning of dx? Dx means deviation from x series, and dy means deviation of y series. So when we multiply both those columns, so we get summation dx dy. Okay, then again minus under bracket summation dx into summation dy. Summation dx deviation from x series, summation dy deviation from y series. Then again n number of observation, summation dy square. How do we get summation dy square? When we multiply dy 2 times, means we do dy into dy, so we get summation dy square. Okay, then summation dy whole square. Summation dy whole square refers to we have to take the value of summation dy and we have to multiply it. Okay, so we get the summation dy square. So this way we can calculate the regression coefficient for the x on y, for line x on y by using this formula. Okay, then what is the another thing that we need to have for regression coefficient of x on y? So it's assume it's mean of x series. How do we calculate mean of x series? So for calculating mean of x series, we use this formula, that is ax, where ax refers to mean of x series, x refers to the assumed mean. Assumed mean means the mean that we have taken to calculate the deviation, okay, from x series. Summation dx again refers to the total of dx column and refers to the number of observations. Okay, this way we can calculate the mean of x series. Once these two things are determined, these two requirements are determined, and when these two values have been put under this regression equation of x and y, so we get the regression equation of x and y, which can be used to predict the value of x variable. Okay, so this way we can find the regression line of x on y. Okay, then another thing is, how do we calculate regression equation of y on x? Okay, so here again we need b by x. b by x means regression coefficient of y on x. How do we calculate it? We use this formula to calculate it. And into summation dx dy minus summation dx into summation dy. So here and refers to number of observation, summation dx dy refers to total of dx dy column, summation dx refers to total of dx column, and summation dy refers to total of dy column. Again and refers to number of observation, summation dx square refers to total of summation dx square column, and summation dx whole square refers to dx into dx. Okay, value of summation dx into summation dx. Then this way we get the regression coefficient for regression line y on x. After that, what is the another requirement to find the regression coefficient of y on x? Regression equation of y on x. So it's mean of y series. How do we calculate mean of y series? With the help of this formula, where ay refers to mean of y series, y refers to the assumed mean that we have taken from the y series to calculate deviations from the y series. Summation dy refers to the summation of dy column, and refers to the number of observation. By applying this formula, we can calculate the mean of y series. Now, we have determined the regression coefficient of y on x. Okay, we have determined the mean of y series. When you have this two value and you put this in regression equation for finding y on x, so when you put this value in the regression equation of line y on x, so you get the regression equation by which you can find the value of y. Okay, so this way, there are two lines of regression, and there are two regression equations. Regression equations are nothing but the algebraic expression of the line of regression, and to find the regression equation we use all this concepts and all this formulas. Okay, so in next lecture we are going to see the application of this formula with the help of numerical examples. Till then, keep going through the lectures, keep going through the formulas well. Try to understand it better with the help of numerical examples that I am going to teach you in the next lecture. And stay home, stay safe, and always stay hungry for the knowledge. Thank you so much.